In the middle, all the balls in the middle. Sorry if I have so. Go from there, pass it. Go in here, go behind, I go up there. One more in the middle. You change directions all the time, so that doesn't matter. Okay, go. Yes. Next one, go. 3 against 2. Yeah.
Mä kävin just kattoo silloin, kun tuli puolet akusti äänellä. Sitten seuraavaksi mä kattoo akkulla. Mä en tiedä monta minuuttia.
Direction, it's much easier if you go in this direction. So we have to wait. Okay, go. Saying to the winger right now that I want him to start out here, so that when you come around you can see that there is a space here, and then we can start working into that space, and then they have to choose. But if we start inside, they can pass it out there all the time, and then you don't have to decide. Go. Go up to. Pass it to me. Go behind me. Just like before. Now you pass the ball to me. You just go wide out there. Then I take the ball inside, shoot, or pass. And if you get the ball, go between number 1 and number 2. Go on your own or pass it outside. You are not allowed to pass it in here. Okay? No, pass it to him. That's right. Yeah, that's right. lot of right-handed players, it's very hard to pass in that direction. So these exercises are also good in order to be able to pass in that direction, left-handed the other way. Good pass. Was the line player? I saw it. No, that's all right. Yeah, 4 hours in English and maybe new exercise. That's tough. Perfect, that's all right. The next dimension in this exercise could be that it's allowed to go up like we did here, so that they have to pass to the other player, and then you go 3 against 2. So you make a more open exercise. The last exercise is that we free you. Even player, I need a line player. I need a left wing, some left back, and some playmakers. Are you the line player? Yeah, then you need to play more. Okay. Passing here. Going behind. Down here. Passing. I go inside. I'm gonna shoot. You will go up here. Just like when we were working. Yeah, exactly. I'm not allowed to pass to you. Shoot or pass it out here when you go into that space. You can pass it in there. You can go on your own, or you can pass it out there. Last exercise, boys. Cheer up. You're almost done with a Danish guy not being able to talk. Go. Yeah. 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 That's all right. Perfect. I think it's very good work in here, doing the blocks, and I think at the same time we are seeing why sometimes it's quite boring to be a line player in youth handball. Because it is a hard time for the backcourt players to know when the line player should have the ball. No offense to anyone. Go. Now we get it. Yeah, all right, very good. Not allowed to. Just go inside and pass it backwards. Now. Yes. 2 more. One more. You have to end with a good one. One more. Who dares? That's just like Nikolaj Jakobsen wants it. So let's end it there. Boys, come up here. Thank you very, very much. I really appreciate your dedication and your focus. It is very impressive that you can work for that many hours, such a few players. So it has really helped me a lot today that you work so hard and so focused. Thank you very much. I think they should have a big hand. So that was it. Are there any questions regarding this session or regarding the whole day?
One question.
Yes, let's start here and then there. Yeah.
Okay. So in the morning session you had some, let's say, closed drills for the technique.
Yeah.
And then most rest second half of the morning, and almost all of this was in a way open exercises.
Yes, very much so.
Game-like situation. How do you see the relation of those, let's say, basic technique drills and these open game-like situation trainings?
I see that the connection from the basis things that we were doing in the first time, I think it's very important when you have to choose in these in all these situations, because when you throw, whether you're going in here, passing in that direction, or you're making the short passes, a lot of them is also going wide, being in a balance. So I believe all the basic stuff is just like when you're building a house. So these are the things that build the attack afterwards, so that they are able, because they are quite good at these things, they are able to play in the other exercises. Was that what you meant?
Yeah, and overall in a training of, for example, this group, that what should be the ratio of the, let's say, the basic things and then more the game-like?
I would, in every session with these boys, I would use 10 to 12 minutes passing technique. Not more, because I sense to feel that when I do more of that, then they lose concentration. And it's so important to be a good handball player, to be able to pass better and better, harder and harder, and with a better and better timing. So it's so important that they don't think that now passing technique, oh, I'm bored, because then we will lose a very big part. So I see in Denmark some who will make passing technique for 20 minutes, and I think that's the way to go down the wrong road, because it is so important for all these things. Then I will say the other stuff here I will use, if I had 2 hours, then I would use 25, maybe 30 minutes in all these situations. Then of course I will also use some 2 against 2, 3 against 3, 4 against 4. I would not play in every single session. Sometimes I would play 6 against 6, but that would be when I have a theme that I want to work with, that we had started with, and then working up from there. I would a lot of times play 6 against 6. If I had a 2-hour session, I would do it from 50 minutes to 1 hour and 10 minutes. Because I believe that some of the hardest things in handball is playing 6 against 6. So I would do it quite early in the session, and then I would end my session in fast break or in other of these competition stuff. Because then if some of them lose their concentration, it won't matter. But 6 against 6, remembering all the things we should do, I would put it when they still have a large amount of concentration. And then when they are in this age group, you could not see it today because I had to pick something out. I would say 60% defense and 40% attack. And if they were under 14, under 12, 60-70% attack and the rest defense. So that they get all these things in the open window and then defense later. But you can still say then working these things, if I focus on attack, then it's attack training. If I was focusing on the defense, it could be defense training. And that's the funny thing about handball. In almost all the exercises you do, you're training both things at the same time.
All of the exercises were with one less in defense. When would you go to 2 against 2 or 3 against 3?
I would do that in the same session. So this is just because I have picked some things out that needs 3 against 2, 4 against 3. But I would do it the same way. I would start in. There are 3 steps, I believe. I would start like some of these exercises, 2 against 1, 3 against 2, where this superiority is given. That would be the first step. Then I would use some of the exercises we had in the first session, where they were running towards the cone and going back, because they were not given 3 against 2 or 4 against 3. They had to work for it, and they had some pressure. And from there, I would go up 3 against 3, 4 against 4. So that would be the progression. Yeah. Otherwise, thank you. For me, it has been a pleasure. Many good questions, so many relevant questions, so that when I came to the last slides, you had already asked for a lot of the things, so that was fantastic. And I, of course, hope that you had gained some inspiration today. If anyone needs or wants to contact me, then the slides will come and you can get my email and I could send you more material if you need that. But for me, thank you for today. It has been a pleasure. Thank you.
We thank Klaus, and it was almost 1 hour shorter day than it was in the program, but it's okay.